G'day, ZiggyD here with another Path of Exile guide. In this particular video I'm going to be showing you guys two vendor recipes which both are actually pretty useful while leveling and also in the end game. So the first of these, a lot of you guys should already know, but there's always a few people that have just missed it for whatever reason. And basically it's trading an iron ring plus any type of skill gem will give you a resistance ring that corresponds to the type of skill gem. So for your dex you get your topaz ring, for your int gems you get your sapphire ring, and for your strength gems you get your ruby ring. Now there's two things to know about this recipe. The first is that the item level of the ring that is returned to you is dependent on the item level of the actual ring that you're trading. So this item level of this ring here is level 6, and the item level of this ring here is level 52. So if I trade in this one, I'm going to get a level 6 ring back in whatever color that I trade, and the same thing for this ring here. Now, the other thing to know about this is that the actual percentage of the ring that you get back is randomized, essentially. This changes every time you level up, and it changes depending on the ring and the skill gem that you trade. So there's a way of sort of playing around with this to increase your chances or give yourself more chances at randomizing this to try and get, a max roll, like a 30%. So that 27% is pretty good, but I want to try and get a perfect topaz ring. I can instead trade a different skill gem here, and 29% for that one. Let's see if any of the other ones result in 30. So there we go, the third skill gem there results in 30%. Now this is completely random and doesn't have anything to do with the skill gem you trade, just that the different combinations will give you a random chance each time. So you can't just obviously trade the same one back and forth to change it. It's always going to be the same until you actually go ahead and level up, or I think if 24 hours passes. But basically, if you want to try and get your max roll ring, just grab a heap of whatever color skill gems that you don't need and try and trade them together to get those types of rings. This is great, obviously, if you need any resistance rings for any upcoming bosses or particularly difficult zones, or if you just need to roll high item level rings to craft with. Now, as you can see, I'm trading a white ring here, but if I trade a blue ring or a rare ring, it's still going to only give a white ring back. So the item rarity of the actual ring that you trade to the vendor doesn't affect it at all. So the second recipe is one that less people know, but it is very handy, especially in the late game when you want to start getting high item level. Usually most people want to get Onyx amulets. So if I trade any type of amulet and 3 skill gems, one of each color, it returns an Onyx amulet. Now the same thing applies with item level to this, but also the randomizing of the skill gems. So if I go ahead and, this one here is 17 to all attributes, if I go ahead and switch back this Infernal Blow, instead put Glacial Hammer in, that's an 11 there. And I can go through and test each one of these to try and get the max possible roll. And obviously because it's 3 different skill gems, you can change the combinations of this a lot, so you can go ahead and test all of your different blue gems in there, and you can test all your different green gems and things like that in there. So you've got a lot of different combinations to play around with. So if you've got a lot of skill gems to trade and one amulet or a couple different amulets to try it with, then you have a lot of chances of getting a 20 attribute Onyx amulet. So that's a really handy one to know. Now this is great obviously if you want to craft amulets in the late game, and if you're just having a hard time getting the right Onyx amulet from the vendor, like she doesn't have any 20s or anything like that at the moment, then that's a great way to go ahead and get that. So hopefully you guys have found this pretty helpful and you're now able to solve some of your jewelry acquisition problems. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm ZiggyD, and thanks for watching.